Congratulations! You've connected with the Pulpit Perspectives podcast. Join Reverend Doctor Kent Lundy as he connects with pastors where they preach, literally at the pulpit of their church. It's a point of view with purpose and personality that informs and inspires with real-life stories from great preachers you need to know. Your host is Reverend Doctor Kent Lundy. Let's join Kent at a pulpit with a fresh perspective from his guest preacher.
Well, greetings and welcome to Pulpit Perspectives podcast. I'm Reverend Doctor Kent Lundy. Pulpit Perspective podcast exists to connect clergy with each other and their congregations. I am with the pastor Dana Yoder at Claypool United Methodist Church, standing literally in her pulpit in the sanctuary. If you've never been to Claypool, it's in southern Kosciuszko County, south of Warsaw. So this sanctuary has an amazing main area with a side to the right and then a balcony and lots of spaces for wonderful faces. So Pastor Dana Yoder, welcome to Pulpit Perspectives podcast.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what are you celebrating?
Oh, lots of things. In our church, I am celebrating seeing lots of kids running down my aisles on Sunday mornings and lots of noises and, toys everywhere and things on the floor and coloring in my first pew here. So I am celebrating children all the time in our church.
Yes, that is a wonderful thing to celebrate. Yes. So who encouraged your discernment of your call to ministry?
So I was called to ministry at camp when I was preteen, teenager, when I was at a youth camp, whatever you might call it, with our youth group for my church. And my youth pastor at the time, Pastor Lynn Breeden, she was who I was on that trip with, along with another youth group. And we stayed connected all of my young adult life. And I ended up working for her as her administrator in a church in Bremen. And it was when I finished my college education, that I decided and felt the call to be a pastor. So that is where I felt the call, and I was encouraged and supported by her as my senior pastor at that point to become a pastor myself.
Very nice. Yay, God.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So what do you do for fun?
I love to garden and plants. I have plants in my office. We're starting a garden at home. I've got plants in my kitchen. I love to bake and cook, lots of cookies and cakes and lasagna and spaghetti and casseroles and whatever you might, whatever goes along with cooking and baking. We spend lots of time outside with my kids playing and running in the yard with our dog. So lots of outdoor activities along with food.
You're making me hungry. Where's the lasagna?
I know.
Wonderful. All right. So what's your go-to Bible verse?
I think it depends on what I'm going through. It depends on, because we have highs and lows, in our spiritual journeys. Obviously, we have that, I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. That's kind of the typical go-to. But when I'm feeling low, a lot of times I like to think of Bible stories where I think of, Jesus suffered, and he suffered on earth just like we suffer. He endured temptations on earth just like we do. I'm in Hebrews this week studying. So that's what I'm thinking of, is thinking about the different things. And I try to think about those Bible stories as a whole and remember, the people in those, and that's the ancestry of our faith and our faith journeys. And that gives me comfort, thinking about those Bible stories and all the things people endured over the years.
What they endured and how they persisted.
Yes.
Right?
And how
if there's hope for them, there's hope for us.
Hope for us. Exactly.
Yes. I like it. You can't go wrong with the stories of faith from Scripture.
No,
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who or what keeps you humble?
I would like to say in this church, I feel very much like when I came into the position here, I am their pastor and I love on them and I want to support them, but I also feel like we're in ministry together. I don't necessarily feel like I'm, I have this higher position over them. I feel like we're doing ministry together, and I want to come alongside them and what they're passionate about and their strengths, and try to help equip them to be, leaders in those various places, because we have so many people in our church that are so talented and gifted and have their own little places where they fit in to the ministry of this church, to the community. So I think that keeps me humble, because I just want to help them be the best versions of themselves and how God's, called them in this time.
What I hear, what I get in touch with when I hear you talk about that, and that's beautiful, is that you're not the expert.
No.
You're a fellow journeyer.
Yeah. Yes.
That, hey, we're in this together. We're going to figure it out together.
Yeah.
And let's stay together.
Yeah. Because
Right.
when somebody says, "Oh, you must know so much more than this," I think, no, I don't. That's why, that's why I'm here. I'm called. I study just like everybody else does. And, sometimes I don't have the answers. A lot of times I don't. That's why I need to be here.
Right. To be a student of the master.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So if you only had one preacher to listen to for the rest of your life, only one, I'm gonna insist on only one preacher. Who would you listen to? Who would that preacher be?
I don't know, because I have different ones that I listen to for different things. I would probably say, another woman, just because a lot of times in ministry, as a young woman with a family, sometimes I don't necessarily relate to a fellow pastor all the time if it's a man. Gosh, but I'm trying to think of who that might be.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it is a really hard one.
Your colleagues struggle with this one too.
That is really hard.
From prior episodes.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't know what her last name is. I follow a lady on TikTok. She's a pastor, and her name is Kim. And she has a morning TikTok that she does. It's called Real Talk with Kim. And then she pastors a church. And I love listening to her because she gives it to you really straight, matter of fact, gives you kind of a gut punch, it seems like, every time I listen to her. So I feel like I would listen to her every day, because I go and tune into that when I can and listen to her. I don't even know her last name.
That's okay.
It's Real Talk with Kim.
That's all you need to know.
But she's fun and interactive, and she uses all the language that we're all struggling with in this, current time period and with everything going on in our lives. And she's real. So yeah.
We don't know the names of the women preachers from Scripture.
Yeah.
So we don't need to know the last names of the women preachers from TikTok. So it all works.
But she pastors a church too. I don't even know the name of her church, but
all right,
she pastors a church.
There you go.
Yeah.
Real Talk with Kim.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Okay. Got it. I may have to check her out. Okay. All right. So speaking of women preachers,
yes,
who are you, Mary or Martha?
Ooh. I would love to say that I'm Mary, but I'm probably a Martha. Yeah, I'd probably say I'm Martha, not Mary. I think I'm striving to be more like Mary, but definitely neither is bad, but just different. Yeah.
It takes both.
Yeah, it takes both. Yes, it definitely takes both. Yeah.
And I'm sure you have a mix.
Assorted, yes. That's true.
So,
that's true.
You can look out and identify the Marys and
I'm sure. Yeah, that's true.
All right. So who from the Bible would you like to go axe throwing with?
It might be fun to go with another woman. I feel like it'd be fun to go with somebody that I'd want to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Bathsheba.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Now, would you go to compete against her or with her?
Probably with her. Probably not against her.
Bathsheba.
Yeah.
And Dana. Axe throwing. I can picture it.
That'd be fun.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
Yeah. So you're imagining her as knowing how to do it. She would be the master axe thrower.
I feel like, maybe.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to have a conversation on the side while we're throwing axes.
Right.
Talk to her about different things in her life.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm imagining that, and that seems very exciting.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Bathsheba, axe throwing. Dana, maybe coming to an axe throwing venue near you.
Maybe.
So what is your favorite church season?
Well, since I'm in the midst of Lent right now and planning, Good Friday and Palm Sunday and Good Friday and Easter and sunrise service. I mean, right now is a really cool season. And I think every season in the church brings out different things from, your congregation and the group of fellow pastors that I'm a part of, because every season is different. Our lives change every single year. So they're different every year, even though they're the same seasons through the church, if that makes sense. So I would say right now, the Lenten season right now, preparing for Easter, preparing our minds and our hearts for, what is to come during this season. I would say the season right now.
And you can't go wrong with Lent when you think about spring and flowers.
Yes, the flowers are blooming right now. Kids are playing outside.
Right.
Yes.
Just life is there,
it's
ready
blooming.
to burst.
Yes.
Ready to burst open. Yeah. All right. Good. Okay. Well, what do you hope your fellow clergy know?
How amazing they are. I'm part of a group within the county of fellow pastors, and we have a group text message and an email going, and we collaborate on services. And there's a lot of behind the scenes with clergy that people don't see, a lot of our own personal struggles that we're navigating along with helping people. And they're strong and resilient, but they're also kind and emotional, and not everybody gets to see that side of their pastor. So I get to see that, a glimpse of that with my fellow pastors, and they're just amazing humans in general, good people, kind people, loving people, just serving Jesus. I mean, it can't get any better than that.
It can't. It can't. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Well, last question.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to hold you to this one. Okay.
Oh,
so this is saving maybe the best for last, or the most challenging for last, but you have 3 words, and only 3 words, that come to mind when you think about the rest of your time at Claypool United Methodist Church.
Okay.
Whether it's, I'm not trying to say that you're wanting to leave anytime soon, but just, your time is going to come to an end at some point here at Claypool. So what are those 3 words that come to mind when you think about your future with this church?
Sure. Okay. Joyful, collaborative. I need to choose between 2 for the last one. And healing.
Joyful, collaborative, and healing.
Yeah.
And what say more about that? What do you think those words came to mind?
Yeah. When I think about my church and the people and the children in our community, it brings me joy because of the way people support each other and love each other and want to serve in the community. And, seeing kids grow up right in front of our eyes in the church and loving to be here. So that brings me joy, joyful. Collaborative, because I want my time here to be full of, fun projects and collaborating and loving on each other and just navigating whatever season comes along together in collaboration. And then healing, just because there's a lot of hurt that exists in church because we're human. We lead human lives. And whether it's from, past church hurts, or whether it's current relationship struggles or health issues or whatever that means, I just hope for healing for all of my people, whatever that may be, wherever they are right now, that moving forward, they can move into a season of healing.
Joyful, collaborative healing.
Yeah.
What a blessing to bestow upon your congregation. What a gift.
Thank you.
What a gift. I hope and pray that comes to light.
Yes.
And you are to continue to be able to embody that here.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes, me too. Thank you.
Well, Pastor Dana Yoder, thank you for literally letting me stand with you at your pulpit at Claypool United Methodist Church. So thank you for being on Pulpit Perspectives podcast.
Yes. Glad to share it with you this morning. It's beautiful. If you can't see it, but it's beautiful. The sun is shining in the windows.
It is a gift of a morning.
Amazing.
Yes. Well, this has been Pulpit Perspectives podcast. Pulpit Perspective podcast exists to connect clergy to each other and their congregations. If you want to learn more about the exciting things that are happening in the North District of the United Methodist Church in Indiana, I would invite you to check out their Facebook page and also to check out the website at inumc.org. inumc.org. We'll have a North District page, and you'll find out more about all that God is doing here in the North District. So check that out. So until next time, this is Reverend Doctor Kent Lundy signing off from Claypool.
There you have it, a fresh perspective from the pulpit with a great preacher. You know you want to hear more. You can do just that by connecting with Pulpit Perspectives with Reverend Dr. Kent Lundy on Apple Podcast and Spotify, where you can like and follow the podcast. What's more, you can spread the good news about Pulpit Perspectives in your church and with your neighbors. Plan now on joining Kent at the pulpit, where you'll meet another great preacher on Pulpit Perspectives.